So Saskia's Dolores, this woman that I met, I wasn't sure, about her, but you get somebody fall in your arms, you never met them before, and they're telling you it saved your life and all this stuff. But she saw my YouTube stuff. But anyway, turned out she's a real thing, and I met her and her husband at a raw food restaurant in Seattle called Thrive, and I instantly knew, and this is synchronicity of events leading to the fullness of living life force. She goes, I want to ask you something. I'm making a movie, and I would like to ask you to be in it, because I'm looking at people that are truly living different lifestyles. How do you live in synchronicity of events? I'd never thought about it before, so suddenly I find myself trying to figure out how do you describe this, because it's just so cool. You just walk through it and you start realizing, oh, okay, synchronicity of events, synchronicity of events. That exploding love I was telling you guys that I get in my heart, what happens is it starts to crank up a notch, okay? It cranks a notch, and when I feel that crank in my chest, like it's starting to go, I know I'm supposed to move in that direction. I do it without question now, but when it first started, I wasn't sure. But now, after making many mistakes, I feel it, I'm there. That's it, it's over with. There are no questions. There's just, this is where I'm supposed to be, and this is what's happening, so I'll hang here. I feel it with Matthew Monarch. I feel it with Beauty, Elegance, and Grace. I feel much deeper with Beauty, Elegance, and Grace. David Judith Whiting, as everything goes on, but as the relationships develop deeper, you will understand and know where you're supposed to be. So this whole thing, I do this thing called Gratitude Rocks. I want to go back to Cafe Gratitude because I got a little sidetracked. I play the game, and that's where the beginning of my spirituality starts. Every day you walk into Cafe Gratitude, they ask you a question about what are you grateful for, and they pick a topic, so the waiters and waitresses ask you. I had never been exposed to anything like this in my life, ever. And it's like, what am I grateful for? I don't know, And they're like, really, they're asking me this when my brother just had a heart attack, my sister-in-law passed away, and, my mom's sitting in a hospital, and we all think she's going to die. And they're asking me what I'm grateful for. I was ready to bitch slap the first one that asked me,
Sure.
So I'm like, okay, But really, it led me to something in this whole spirituality, and that is the realization, and again, without having met Beauty, Elegance, and Grace, without understanding that words create worlds, I start liking it. There's just something that's good about it. Be grateful. So I decided I would pick a subject every day that I was grateful for. Then when I went back to driving my truck, I was like, I'd be driving down the road and it would just come out of me. It was just like, what I realized too is I started to feel that living life force explode in some of this stuff. That totally rocks. That's where I want to be. So I will go like, I remember this one day I was driving and I was just like, wow, I'm grateful for the sun in the sky. I'm grateful that the photons come down and nourish all life on Earth. I came to some clouds and I looked at the clouds and said, wow, I'm really grateful. Clouds have the purest water on the face of the earth. Then I thought about it. It drops down to the earth, so I'm glad it rains. Then I thought about what does water do when it hits the earth? It intermingles, it forms streams, it forms ponds. It gets the elements from the earth in the water. So when you drink that spring water, all the elements in it that you're talking about, those mineral elements, that comes from the purest form of water dropping down from rain, going through aquifer systems, and then bubbling back up with all these minerals and nutrients in it. It really rocks. Spring water's great stuff. So, I began to just rock out on this, and it was just like, I created this thing, I just called Gratitude Rocks. And then the more I would do it, there were days when I did it one time for like 7 or 8 hours, and I thought I'd been doing it for a half hour, and the tears that started here. See, I cannot believe I'm talking about crying right now. I have come a long ways, even with what I'm struggling with.
Yes, you have.
The tears started here and did not stop. My shirt was soaking wet on both sides when I got done. I'm talking wringing out, soaking. Not a teardrop every now and then. Just straight running tears. Something happened in my lymphatic system and it just let go. And they were not tears of sorrow. They were not tears of pain. They were tears of joy about everything that I have in life to be so grateful for. I don't care if you're broke and poor, if you're the richest person on the earth, all human beings have struggles. The difference is, do you want to be in a state of gratitude while you're struggling through it? Words create worlds. Or do you want to be in a state of, I'm pissed off.